If you are a Buffalo Bills fan, you should be extremely excited about rookie running back James Cook. James Cook is the younger brother of Vikings star running back Dalvin Cook. He was drafted in the second round of this past year's NFL draft out of the University of Georgia. Last season for the Bulldogs, he helped lead them to the national championship game. He had 113 carries for 728 rushing yards, averaged 6.4 yards per attempt, and had 7 touchdowns. He also was a force in the pass game, caught 27 passes for 284 receiving yards, and had 4 receiving touchdowns. The Buffalo Bills didn't get a running back. They got a weapon. James Cook is completely different from his older brother, Dalvin Cook. Way different. And I think he has potential to be even better than Dalvin Cook because he can do way more. He's really good in the passing game. You can line him up in the slot. You can even line him up as an outside receiver. He has really good hands. He's a natural catcher of the football. He isn't normally a running back who catches the ball with his body. He catches the ball really clean. He's also really good when it comes to making plays happen after the catch. And you don't really see a lot of running backs nowadays entering the league with his kind of route running. His route running is incredibly rare for a running back. Normally, running backs would be okay route runners, and maybe they develop to be decent or above average route runners, but James Cook is really special when it comes to how he runs routes from the running back position. And for Buffalo, whoever the offensive coordinator is going to be this year, they're going to have a lot of fun with him because if you line him out wide against a safety or a linebacker, that's a mismatch because there's not too many linebackers in this league that can play pure man-to-man coverage on any running back. Probably only maybe 1 or 2. Then you also look at the fact that safeties, I don't know if there's going to be too many safeties who are going to match up well with James Cook on the outside because there's not too many good safeties who are all that great in coverage in pure man-to-man situations against running backs. So if you're the Buffalo Bills and you have man coverage looks and you spread James Cook out wide in the slot or the outside and you're able to get one of those favorable mismatches, that's going to cause a lot of problems for opposing defensive coordinators. He also has very good speed. He ran a 4.42 at the NFL Combine. He's really good at being able to change directions without sacrificing speed, similar to Alvin Kamara. And Alvin Kamara, what makes him so good is how when he can change the corner, he can still keep his top-end speed. James Cook has that similar trait. It's really rare. On top of that, he has really good acceleration. The downfall with James Cook is going to be he's only 5'11", 199 pounds. So he's going to be limited in terms of what he can do when it comes to purely just running the football. He's not somebody who you're going to run power and dive up the middle with because with his size, he's probably not going to be able to hold up all that well. So he'll probably be used more on stretch plays, zone running plays, tosses, just trying to get him out to the edge, trying to allow him to use his speed to turn the field. Then, on top of that, he's not really that great as a pass blocker. That is definitely something that he has to improve in that area of his game. But when you look at his potential, he can end up being one of the best scat backs in the league. You look at guys such as Austin Eckler who are having a lot of success in this league at the moment. So for James Cook, he's kind of the new running back that NFL teams are now starting to gravitate towards. Because nowadays, if you're a running back coming into the league, you have to be more than just being able to run the football 25 times a game. You have to be able to catch the ball out the backfield. You have to be able to be versatile. And James Cook isn't going to be a running back that's going to consistently get 15, 20 carries a game. As a matter of fact, he'll probably at most get 12 carries a game. He'll probably be around 8, 9 normally, and then you'll end up lining him out wide and giving him a couple passes in the passing game. So he is somebody who you just need to get touches to. He's somebody who you just need to get the ball out to, rather that be in space on screens, flats, or lining him out wide and allowing him to run routes against safeties and fellow linebackers. So for Buffalo, you're going to have a lot of fun with James Cook. On top of that, he is extremely wiggly. he's not a powerful runner. He's not going to run through you. He isn't as physical as his older brother, Dalvin Cook, is. However, he's really shifty, really elusive. He has a lot of wiggle. So if you don't wrap him up, he's going to take it to the house. He's also really explosive. If you go back and watch his film at Georgia, he was able to break off a lot of big plays from anywhere on the field. So I'm really excited to see what James Cook does with the Buffalo Bills this season. Hopefully, he could end up getting the bulk load of touches and beats out Devin Singletary, because Devin Singletary is a solid running back. He's just not as good, as gifted as James Cook is when it comes to being able to catch the ball out of the backfield. So if you're somebody who's into fantasy football and you're trying to find a late round player to take late in your draft that has a little bit of upside that you can put on your bench for a couple of weeks and then they potentially start going off, I will look at Dameon Pierce. Already did a segment on him. Make sure that you guys go ahead and check that out. And James Cook, I think they potentially could be the two best rookie running backs in the league, along with Breece Hall this upcoming NFL season. So for Bills fans, you guys are getting an absolute stud at running back. And James Cook wasn't somebody who had a high draft stock going into the 2021 college football season. He was pretty much expected to go in the 6th round or either be an undrafted rookie free agent. But he definitely improved his stock over the course of last year's college football season with Georgia. And if you can add a little bit of weight on him, maybe get him to 205, 206. He doesn't need to be 210, because then you might end up losing some of that speed and explosiveness that he possesses. But if you can just get a little bit of muscle on him, I think that he can end up improving as a pass protector. And I also think he can end up becoming a full 3-down back. But going into this season, his role with the Bills offense is primarily most likely going to be in passing situations, bringing a different element to the passing game. However, he also can improve as a runner over time. And I don't think that James Cook is ever going to be a consistent 1,000-yard rusher. You look at Austin Eckler with the Chargers and Alvin Kamara. Those are both two running backs that have a similar skill set of James Cook. And none of those guys have eclipsed 1,000 yards rushing yet in a season. So for James Cook, I'm really excited to see what he does with the Buffalo Bills in 2022. You Bills fans, let me know how you guys are feeling about James Cook going into this upcoming season and what you guys think he'll do in the Bills offense.